I'm late to the party, but I was at Japan Day and Dokomi in Düsseldorf this year. And if you know expos like those, you probably know what kind of people you will meet there. Alongside cosplayers, of course. Exactly. Furries. I've seen a lot of fursuits this year, which I really liked, especially those Kenomo-styled ones. And the plan today is, not today, but for the next time, to make my own partial fursuit. And the plan is to go with this fursuit to Dokomi 2025. And now I wanted to start with the tail, with exactly 0 experience. So welcome, you will now join me on my journey to make my own partial suit. And today we start with the tail. Let's go! I watched a video from Arborilki and she made an articulated tail that I wanted to try out. You'll find the video in the description. So I started to sketch out the tail on paper. This articulated tail was made similar like the tail from a cat, for example. Just a little biological lesson: a cat has 20 vertebrae in her tail. In said video, they made the tail similar like this and glued foam vertebrae onto a piece of fabric that already looked like the tail. That ensures that the tail isn't static as it is with only cotton-filled ones, but still allows lifelike movement. At least that's the idea, and it worked very well in the video I watched. We will see something didn't work out that well in my attempt. I cut out the sketch with my X-Acto knife and used some chalk to draw the pattern onto the fabric. I used a thick but not so stretchable fabric and cut it to the size of my tail. For that we don't need to sew anything, so there's no extra space on the fabric needed. This piece of fabric will be the inner part of the skeleton, where I glued the foam vertebrae on it. After making sure not to cut my fingers while cutting the fabric, I threw that to the side and cut out the sketched links. Those patterns would just help me to find the correct size and angle to glue onto the fabric. Those templates I drew onto the XPS foam and was happy to use my new and amazing, very hot wire cutter. To be honest, I was very afraid of burning myself, but luckily I wasn't that clumsy. But I asked myself for a while what would happen if I put my finger onto it. Will it make a cut as smooth as foam? Probably not. And we hopefully never find out. I really am not completely sure if XPS foam is the best idea to use for that specific case, but we are here to learn something, not to know everything already. The foam itself is very dense, not like styrofoam, so I hope it won't break that easily. To ensure that the links are able to move without a barrier, I angled the foam pieces a little. Otherwise it would be very stiff. My hot glue gun, which I found out is really hot, was my best friend here. Hope this just holds everything in place. When all the vertebrae are glued in place, I needed a sewing pattern for the fur. Some cosplay videos I watched used cling foil and duct tape to get those patterns, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. My duct tape is, as you can see, bright green, and it would be perfect for some green screen action, and I thought about making some fancy effects on it. But this video is already late and I have no idea how to do it, so please imagine any cool effects on it by yourself. Thank you for your support in editing this video by imagining stuff. Awesome! When all sides are full with duct tape, I drew my pattern on it. I had something special in mind, but it didn't turn out as I imagined. Probably just another reason why to make a new tail. Would you like to watch making a second attempt, or shall I just do it by myself? Tell me in the comments. After drawing the pattern, I wrote down the colors for the areas, and please don't ask me why I started the word aqua with the Q just to make an A in front of it. Okay, I get distracted. Let's just cut it out and make sewing patterns from it. It took me ages to decide on colors and find a shop where I didn't have to order from America and pay a ton of taxes when it arrives. But I found stoffhummel.de and they are great. Unfortunately, I'm not sponsored by them yet. But if you are in need of fur and live in Germany, check them out. My plan was to make my fursuit with cute and sweet colors, like you wanna bite her because it looks so sweet. And I hope and think I found a cute color combination with bubblegum pink, lavender, aqua and white. After seeing the result and some other ideas, I'm not sure if I will add some black into the second tail attempt and the remaining suit as well. We will see. Hey, it's cookie time! But the cookies are a lie. I am sorry. I'm just old and learned from my grandma that I can use those cookie boxes for all the yarn I own. I tried to use the sewing machine, but I guess I will never be friends with the machine I have at the moment. She sometimes makes weird squeaky noises, loses the yarn everywhere, even though I made sure I made it correctly. I can't tell you why, I just think the sewing machine hates me. I'm looking for someone who is specialized in repairing or maintaining the machine, but I couldn't find anyone in my area. So one day, maybe I buy just a new one or found someone who repairs it. Till then, I will be using my good old hands.
Ja. Ja, es ist rutschig, ich weiß.
Sometimes I get help from my cat, and sometimes I'm just so bored doing the sewing stuff that I switch to the computer and watch some videos while sewing. When the sewing part is done, we have to turn the tail inside out, which took a little while. Then I brushed it till it's smooth and shiny to avoid getting any knots into the fur. And then I fought with the skeleton we made earlier to go inside the fur. I won the argument eventually and moved on to making the base so I can wear it with a belt on my trousers. For that, I cut some circles. Some from foam, some from short fur, got some help from the cat, stitched a part for the belt, and this is where it went a little wrong.
Pass auf, da darfst du nicht reintreten. Ja.
This part I'm turning inside out right now is supposed to hold the belt, which is doing the job perfectly, but this part had to be on the base, so I sewed it onto the circles I cut earlier. The circles I sewed together and put the foam circle into the short fur circle, sewed that together, and now this thing has to go onto the tail, as straight as possible. And you probably guessed it right already. I sewed the belt holding circle base thing not straight enough, and the tail has a little tilt to the right. I also realized a lot later, after starting to edit the video, the top of the tail isn't full enough and has not enough strength to hold the tail completely. So it always hits my legs while walking. I guess I need to make another tail. Please let me know in the comments below if you want to have an updated version of my tail where I try to fix everything I learned, or where I just make a tail stuffed with cotton. But for now, I call it good. And before you can see the finished result, here's a little sneak peek of what kind of video will come in the upcoming month. Alright, and now the finished result. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I know this sounds cringe, but I really appreciate every one of you. Have a great day, evening or night, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye!